So when we started the conversation, you said about, your character as a chef, you got this calmness, right? I mean, I've seen you in very stressed situation, and you are calm. So my question is calm always a strength, do you think?
I think I like to answer this question like in the afternoon when you do your mise en place and when you do your prep, you can be loud, you can be energetic, you can be not necessarily shouting, but you can make sure that everything goes, things move.
Right.
But the moment the service starts or you're on the path, you really have to show your team, and the kitchen team and the service team, they're so sensitive. They pick up right away if the chef is a hero on the path or if he
doesn't know how to do it.
He is not able to handle the path, and they just know it. They don't tell you, but the feeling is in the kitchen. And the moment the service starts and the adrenaline is so high in the kitchen and in the service, and everybody is really excited to do their best for 2 hours to get through with the service and to have that experience, then you have to be definitely calm. So I wouldn't want to say it's better to be calm or loud, energetic. I think you have to be different things at different time for different situation. That would be how I would answer this. And I think again, this is the wonderful thing about our profession. I'm not sure in other profession they have this camaraderie in the kitchen. Once you get ready for a big serving or a big event, that feeling,
feel the excitement, right?
That excitement.
Like everybody wants to please, and they want to do it well, and
you can feel it. You can just feel it, how they're getting into it, and there's no more.
How does it make you feel? Like you get excited, like everybody is so happy, and
it's a feeling of.
Is there fear in there too, of not being able to do an amazing job? I mean, I remember like before, like when we used to do like big banquets, for 300, 400, you could feel the tension in the kitchen.
Yes.
I remember you like going, being like walking up and down. And
no, there is fear, because anything can go wrong at the last minute. I think there's this saying, what will go wrong or what should go wrong will go wrong right at the time.
Have you had like a big event, big banquet where it went totally pear-shaped, like something didn't...
Yeah, and I think, again, I guess you call it the adrenaline level is so high, but it's a wonderful feeling. And I think even after all went well and the function went well, the service, the guests were happy, and you can feel it. You look in the room sometime, or you go and you check the room or you check the restaurant, you just feel it, if it went well, the guests are happy, and you get feedback.
Are you one of those chefs that goes in and checks if there's food left on the plate?
I do. Or you bring out I still do that. When I go back to the dishwashing area, when the plates come back, and I look at it and see, is there leftover, or did the guest mop up the sauce with the bread, and make sure, and boy, if I find leftover, I go back to the manager and find out what happened. Is the guest wasn't happy, or was too much, or not hungry enough? And I think that's part of our job. But coming back to this special event, once it's over, you have this another charge of different adrenaline, of happiness.
Satisfaction?
Satisfaction, that It's been completed,
Group achievement, like kind of, no?
group achievement, and this is what binding the team. Unbelievable. This would really keeps the team together and move forward to more exciting things, more maybe complicated events, and I think that's one of the beauty of our profession.
When someone leaves your team, is he like, how do you feel? Do you feel like betrayed? Or do you feel proud that they move on, or how do you deal with this?
Yeah, I think, Christoph, depends. In our days with hired, you remember there was a time when people were, the company expanded so rapidly, and there would be just hiring people, maybe not always just ready to become executive sous chef or become executive chef, and but the company gave him a chance, which I really support. And in those cases, you're happy for the person that you say, yes, they have an opportunity. And as you know, we still have many of our fellow colleagues who left us, who opened Hyatt hotels, stayed for a long time, opened their own business and became very successful and still doing it, and really that you feel happy. However, you can have a person in your team which you know in your heart, this person doesn't fit in your team. It's not that they are a troublemaker as such, but you could feel just they don't accept authority, they don't really follow the standard. They all come back and say, oh, we used to do it this way in another place, or they make stupid comment about the chefs they worked before, and you could feel it. They're not fitting. They're what they call a bad apple. And for these people, as hard as it is to do, you have to let them go.
But you're such a nice person. You don't do that, do you?
It turns me upside out. It affects me for the longest time when I have to do that. Or at one time, as you remember, we had to lay off people doing some of those 9/11, and business went down, and it really turns you inside out, and it hurts your feeling, and you feel for this person. But sometimes it's better for that person to leave and realize, maybe I have to change my attitude, I have to do different if I want to be a team player or stay with.
So now, everybody talks about care, know. But if there's one person that I know that really, like, genuinely, and I've never seen, like yourselves going around the restaurants, and every guest, you stop at every table, you engage with them, you do magic trick with your hat. Can you do one later with the hat?
That's for children.
That's for the children. But where did you get that? I mean, because you are natural at it.
No, thank you. I think, yes, I feel actually very happy about this. You see, I like people, and I like to be around people, and I just think about myself as a customer when I go to a restaurant with my wife or for a special occasion. It's wonderful if they know your name, if they know what you like or dislike, or just small things, like people who are left-handed, that you change their cutlery to decide where they feel comfortable. And the little things like this, which really make people, a customer, very special, and they feel, yes, I like to go to this particular restaurant because I know I will be taken care of. If the chef is not too busy, he will come out, maybe recommend a seasonal product or something what is not on the menu. And you know, Christoph, in our days, or always, when you go to a restaurant, it's very expensive, you know, and you want people to really have value for money, enjoy the evening, that special occasion. And I think going to the table, for me, I learned so much from my customer, because right there, you know, there's a certain magic language. Like, for example, if you notice something went wrong, like the food was not complete eaten, and you go to the table and you see the customer and you say, hey, Mr. Jones, how is everything? How was your meal? And when they say, oh, how is your evening? They say, oh, the design is beautiful. Oh, that the sommelier recommended this beautiful wine today, but they didn't really come to the food. That's a sign that you say something went wrong there. And then you try to be very diplomatic, follow up what went wrong, and was it too spicy, too salty, or just not right for what you expected. And I think that's, these things become, you learn by experience. And this is why I always take young chefs with me, if possible, to just, not to show off, but just give them, because, you know, for a chef to come out to the restaurant, it's
not easy.
It is a step out, because we're not used to it, or we're not really made to.
But you haven't told the real trick. I think I'm going to say it, okay. So then it's on camera and it's recorded. One of the things is you often go with something to the table. I've seen you many times coming with just a little piece of ham, or like 2 slices of ham, 3 slices of ham, or special olive. And then you say, oh, I want you to try this. It just arrived, and to engage with guests.
Okay.
You know, I've seen you doing that a lot.
No, that's the thing, engage. That's a good momentum to engage with a customer. And I don't want to sound so commercial, but it's also good upselling sometimes. Right. If you have a special ham, and you say, oh, 12 years, and I think people do like that, just to get special attention. I think everybody who come to the restaurant, they want an experience, they want a story, they want to hear something. Learn, maybe, yeah, they want to know about the wine, right, or where that thing come from. And you know, over my all this 50 some years in the kitchen, the people you meet and the characters you meet, like the other day, now is white truffle season. We used to have a customer, he would bring his friends to the restaurant, and all what he want is polenta, 2 fried eggs, sunny side up, on top of the polenta, and then cover the whole plate with white truffle, that you don't see anything anymore except the white truffle. And to have a customer like this, you just say, wow. This is really...
I think you don't remember this, but the first time I ever smelled the white truffle was with you in '94. in November, you literally took me to Grissini and you said, "Oh, we just got this arrival of this white truffle. I want to show you." Then you put it in you had it in a little box and you opened it and it was just like, wow. I mean, today, you know, white truffle, everybody has white truffle, but back then was like super rare.
Agree.
You remember that?
There was the beginning days in Hong Kong. Yeah, you're right. It was something very special and very precious, and we just watched it so careful, and we even had a gram
to weigh it, right?
To weigh it
right.
in the back. But if you have a customer like this who don't care, they just want that dish.
Like super beautifully done, yeah. So Chef, the next question is a super hard question, but for this, you're gonna have to put your hat on.
Oh, okay.
So please put your hat on.
Put your hat on.
All right. And I'm gonna ask you a question about how do you feel the grooming today in the kitchens?
Christophe, okay. Put your hat on. Okay, now please don't get me wrong, but I have a little bit of a gripe. In our days, many chefs, bless their heart, they don't wear apron, they have jeans, they have tennis shoes, and no hat, which I think...
Can I just stop you? I mean, the jeans, it's okay if you change it before going into the service. I mean, that would be fine, wouldn't it? Because that's clean, I guess. Or you just think that even jeans is just not really hygiene, like it should be used in a kitchen?
That's my personal opinion.
Right, but we love it. That's what I want to hear today.
But you know, of course, wear a hat. You can have a baseball cap, and I think it's just even. You know, I'm such an old-style guy. Even I have the torchon.
But why you don't wear a necktie? You used to wear a necktie.
I know, but I don't want to be the old guy anymore.
You're not old. You're so young. You've always been like so young.
No, but thank you.
But grooming to you, I think there should be some extra effort. I mean, the point is, grooming is super important, right? In the culinary world, in the kitchens, because that's hygiene.
I think so.
So let's improve. Let's get better at this.
And you know, in my days, and I had you know, especially with a hat. Oh my! I had a very talented lady chef, extremely talented, and she was on her way to really get a big job, but extremely stubborn, extremely emotional when it came to wearing a hat. I tried the good way, getting a little bit tough. Some of the junior staff say, how come she don't wear a hat, we have to wear a hat? So it become a little bit, but then, you know, my dear wife, she had an excellent idea. Christmas came, we got this chef lady, a whole bunch of bandanas, beautiful bandanas, handmade from different countries, and they were so beautiful, some very colorful, some rather elegant. And this lady chef liked this bandana concept, and it became her trademark later.
That's so cool.
So
yeah, but as long as it's to keep to that hygiene thing, right?
What I also like to say about grooming, yes, in the kitchen we should have a certain grooming standard, and yes, the new generation chef, they maybe have a different idea about wearing a hat, but I think it's I feel just more comfortable.
You've been involved in schools in Guam, kind of community college school for culinary arts. Is there any advice or observation you think that the schools or the educational system should kind of help or prepare even more the students?
Okay. Yes, I had a beautiful opportunity in Guam, which was my last position with Hyatt, to be volunteering with the young island people, island chefs, boys and girls who want to be a chef. And, you know, on an island, they all have, they're already masters in barbecuing and grilling, and they really have a very strong relation to barbecue. And then when they come to a kitchen and they want to learn about Western cooking, they're so hungry, they're so excited about just very simple things. And in Guam, we had the beautiful opportunity once they were not sure if they really want to be a chef, but the school, the Guam Community College, gave them, and I'm still an advisor to them now, gave them the opportunity to just work in Hyatt Regency kitchen for a while, just to see if this is something they would like to do. And then they go back to their classes and they do, and I'm very happy to say, in this 12 years I was in Guam, a lot of these young people really developed into Michelin chef. They went to the mainland, they opened restaurants, and they're extremely proud. And I think what do I want to tell these schools? First of all, take away their telephone when they come to class. The telephone is just
distraction.
It's just something. And
but that's what I find in hotels now. A lot of hotels is that a lot of the front desk teams or the sales team or anyone walking in, the GM, they're all on their phone, and it's like you wonder, are you present, right? I mean, that's one one thing with me. I just find this so out of line.
I think it's really that's a good point I wanted to make next. In our hotels, we find this telephone, but again, different times. We have to go with the times, and maybe that's something we have to accept.
I have two last questions.
Oh, okay.
And a very important one.
Okay, thank you.
Before the last very important one. How did your wife, Kongoy, help you through your career? And also, how did your children also support you throughout being such a successful chef and leader?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Christoph. I really feel very strong about having the right partner for our type of industry. It is so important that, and like in my case, luckily, Kongoy already had a background of hotel, and she was already understood how we work, the long hours, and the. But again, to have the right partner, it is very important for people in the hospitality industry. And just recently, when I saw the children over Christmas, actually, you know, I kind of apologized, and we talked about all the old days and all these years in growing up and moving around to different. I kind of apologized to them and said, you know, sometimes looking back, some of the events I should have been there, I wasn't there, and or I came late, or I didn't really see the total development of you. So, but they understand, you know, they don't really, I think, yeah, they understand. So, good question, Christopher.
But important, right? I mean, it gave you, it grounded you, it helped you in difficult times or different moments, right?
I think finding the right partner is like, again, you have to listen to your heart, and your heart will tell you that person goes through good days and bad days and support you. And so I think finding the right partner is a good thing, and it's a benefit to a success for a chef, for F&B, for a GM.
So the last question, Chef, it's a $1 million question.
Oh, okay.
How do you, Josef Budde, define excellence in what you do?
How much time we have?
Up to you, you can go on.
I would say excellence is something, again, comes from the inside, that you feel you want to do the very best. You don't want to shortchange or do the easy approach. You really want to work hard, learn as much as you can about our profession, travel to different countries, learn the culture, go to Japan, where excellence is something really written all over on the door. Excellence in food preparation, in equipment, and I think it's something, it will grow, and you will find, you just know when you reach excellence.
If you want to understand what real excellence looks like behind the scene, subscribe right now. More conversations with minds shaping hospitality are coming all the time to you. Overpromise and overdeliver.